guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do my September 2023 TBR. So I am going to be participating in Series September this year. I would love to participate in some other ones like Shorty September, but I don't know how my reading is right now. It's very much focused on series, and I thought I would just go with it. So I've taken part in Series September for the last couple of years, and so I definitely was looking forward to it this year. This is put on by Krista at Books and Jams and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. I will have both their announcement videos linked down below. They have a bingo card and everything. I don't really, I have a spinner wheel set up to use to maybe help me choose, but really I think it's just going to be fully mood reading, whatever calls to me. So I have pulled I pulled 30 books total, but one of them is a read-along that I think I'm joining, and then I have 2 buddy reads, and then I have 27 other options of what I might pick up this next month. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I forgot a couple that I have on my list. So these are just options. This is not I just thought it'd be fun to kind of run through them. So we'll talk about the read-along that's going on in September is The Secrets of Hartwood Hall by Katie Lunsden. Again, this is Katie at Books and Things. So I bought the copy. I did start it a couple months ago. I just have not been in historical mood, so I haven't been reading a lot of historicals. But Charlie Heathcote and Charlie Brooke are doing a read-along in September for this. So I might just follow their schedule to try to get it done. I was almost nearly to the end of part 1. So I might just try to join it and try to get through this. I was really enjoying it. That wasn't the problem. So we're following, I can't remember, is her name Margaret? Yes, Margaret Lennox, who her husband recently passed away, and so she has gone back to an old job. She had to become a governess again, and so she finds this job that's out in the middle of kind of nowhere at this Hartwood Hall that's pretty isolated, that doesn't have much to do with the local town, and she's there to look after the young boy that lives there. And of course, there's some gothic spookiness. There's a lot of secrets going on. We don't know everything that's going on with the family there. And then she has her own issues of things that happened with her past. So anyway, I was really enjoying it. As I said, I have not been in a historical mood, so I do want to read that. So I'm going to try to read that with that read-along. I'll have their announcement video linked down below. And then I have 2 buddy reads in September, which are series books, and they are the start of a new series. So the first one is On the Edge by Ilona Andrews. I think this is the Edge series. There's 4 books in this series. This is one of the Ilona Andrews series I have not read. I'm going to be reading this with Tia and all the books. We have been making our way through all of the Ilona Andrews series, so we just have this one and one other one to get through. So then we're up to date on everything. But On the Edge is an urban fantasy where it's a world where there is 2 worlds that have this middle ground where not everybody can go between the 2 dimensions or whatever. I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but the main character, what is her? I don't know. Rose can go between. She's an edger, so she can go between, I think is what it's called. And then she meets one of kind of the more royals on one side who wants her power or something, and I think there's some kind of struggle. Anyway, point is, I don't know anything about this beyond this. This is not I don't think this is one of the more popular Ilona Andrews series, but I still want to read it, and I have the books. So Tia and I are going to read that sometime this week, or this month. And then the other one I'm going to do with Berna at Berna's Bookish Adventures. We're going to start the Love at Stake series by Kerrilyn Sparks. How to Marry a Millionaire Vampire. So this is one that's more of a comedic, I would say, closer to a paranormal romance. I would say it was more of that, but it has all the urban fantasy feels because it has to do with vampires and stuff. I read the first chapter for my try a chapter tag, so this has been sitting on my shelf waiting for me to continue. I have not read anything by this author, so Berna and I are going to take a chance on this one. I hear she's really funny. Again, the first chapter was that I remember. So this has to do, I think, with a woman who is hiding away from, I don't know if she's in witness protection or something. And I think she's on the mob hit list for something. And so I think they find her, but there's also a vampire has something go wrong, and I think she's like a dentist or something, and he goes because of something that happens to him. He's there when she gets attacked or something. So I think there's kind of, again, it's going to be a romance, but there's supposed to be a lot of funny elements, but it sounds like there's going to be mob hits and stuff. So I don't know. It sounds like fun. So Bert and I will also be reading that sometime this month. So I'm looking forward to both of those. Start a new series. Now, the Love It Steak series, I think, is like 14 or 15 books long, but oh well, we'll see how it goes. We're going to try the first book. Okay, so let's go through. I'm not going to talk as much about the rest of these books because those three were the ones I'm pretty sure I'm going to read. The rest of these are all kind of possibilities. So we're going to start, let's start with the continuations, the series that I'm in the middle of that I want to continue, but I'm not near the end. So I have the next book in the Dragonkin series, book 4, Last Dragon Standing by G.A. Aiken. So this is a dragon fantasy romance, which are really, really funny, and I really love those. Born to Bite, which is the next Argono Vampire series by Lindsay Sands. This one I haven't read, so I'm now, as I said, I'm beyond now where I had to reread to get into the series. So now I'm reading new ones. Speaking of rereads, I'm going to read the next book in the Dark Hunter series, hopefully, Kiss of the Night, which is one of the ones I don't remember very well at all. So it might not be a favorite one of mine, but it's one I want to read. So again, this is, I think, book 5, I think, in the series. I think it's book 4 in the Dark Hunter, but in the Dark Hunter world, it's 5. Anyway, so I have that one. I have book 4 in the Iron Druid series, which I just restarted this last month. So these are new books to me by Kevin Hearn. So Tricked is number 4. So I want to get to that. I want to get back to, I did start this like earlier this year and I haven't got back to it. And it's book 2 in the Highland Bride series, also by Lindsay Sands. This is To Marry a Scottish Lord. I didn't get super far, but I'd like to finish it to continue the series because I do own the whole series. And I'm not fearing historicals. That's why I'm a little worried about certain things. I would like to continue the Regency Fairy Tale series with 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater. I don't know why I haven't picked that up yet, but I haven't. That has to do with, there's a fae element, which might be one of the problems with it, but a maid wants to meet or get with somebody and she has to make a fae some kind of jacket with 10,000 stitches to help her. And it goes all wrong. I also want to get back to another book that I have started, Death on Gukuman Island by Shi Yokomizo. This is translated from the Japanese by Louise Hill Kawai. So this is book 2 in the Kindaichi detective series. So again, that's the first one was the Hanjin murders. And this is book 2. And I did enjoy what I read. I just was not in the mood for it at the time, but I would like to get back to that. So maybe this month. The second book in the Custard Protocol series. So this is a series that I have had on my shelf since I came back in hardback, and I've never finished it. So I did read Prudence, reread it last year in the hopes of finishing this series. This is a 4-book series, and these follow the kids of the ones in the Parasol Protectorate, which is the first series starting with Soulless. And I really love that series, but I've just never finished the Custard Protocol. So I reread Prudence last year. Didn't continue, but I would like to get to try to finish it. This is, again, I have the last 3 books. I would like to finish it, but I want to read at least Imprudence this month. I'm hoping that's a high priority to me. So we'll see if that happens. Okay, so then let's talk about some of the series that I would like to start. One of them is actually a restart. Like, I'm going to reread this book so I can get back into the series, and that is Kiss of Steel by Beck McMaster. So this is the London steampunk series. This one is the first book in a 5-book series that I just recently got these. This is part of my book haul. Anyway, point is that I read these like 10 so years ago, and I really enjoyed them. And the first 2 books, 2012. So yeah, I probably read them around that time. And then, as I said, I had to wait for books, and then I lost track of the series. So I want to go back and reread them. Again, they have vampires and kind of things, but steampunk. So it should be fun. And then I have 2 books that are also from my try a chapter list that I want to get through that. So, you know, because I tried them and I said I wanted to keep them and I wanted to read more of them, but I haven't got to them. So the ones I want to try this month I'm hoping to is One Bite with a Stranger, which is the first book in the Other series by Christine Warren. So I know that's a vampire one. And then the Restorer, sorry, by Amanda Stevens, which I think that's the name of the series, or is it Graveyard something? I don't remember. The Graveyard Queen series. So anyway, as I said, these 2 I read the first chapter of and I kept them, and then I would like to maybe continue them. So we will see. So those are options because they're on that list. I want to get through them. I also just picked up How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf by Molly Harper. So I wanted to try this one. And again, it has to do with werewolves in Alaska. I don't know. It sounds good. Sounds funny. So I think my one and only like sci-fi in here, although I could have put some other ones in here, is You Sexy Thing by Kat Rambo. So this was it Disco? Oh no, what was the series called? Oh, it's like Disco something. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember, but the second book is just coming out, or it's come out in hardback, so I'll be waiting a bit. But the first one it's talking about some people who, I think some ex-soldiers who start a restaurant or something. I'm not sure. I hear it's good. So I would like to start try that series because the next book is coming out. Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. I did not know it was a series until I saw the second book was coming out. This is the first book in the Witch Lore series, and this is about a witch or somebody who didn't know that she was a witch because something that happened in her past, and then the whole town knows, has been keeping a secret from her or something, and something happens to her. So I don't know. I been wanting to read this for a while, but now that I know there's a series, I need to start it. I want to try this one, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I think that's how you say that. This is the first book in the Glimmer something. Glimmer Cove or something. I don't remember. Glimmer something. Sorry, I didn't write it down. And I don't see it on the back here, but I'm sure it's wherever the town is or whatever. So I think this has to do with somebody who is supposed to be this really powerful witch, but she really doesn't care all that much about it. And then I think she accidentally summons a demon of some sort. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it sounds funny. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, so by Heather Fawcett. So this is one of those books that there's a couple in here that I want to read them because they're the first book in series, but the next books are coming out. So a couple of these, like I said, they have books that are coming out or have come out. This one also has a pre-order for the second book. So there's I need to read these books that I bought the first book to because I want to know if I want to get the second book. So I know the second book of this is coming out in early next year. So this one is a historical fantasy about a woman who is kind of grumpy, a scholar who is looking into the history of fairies. And then I think her coworker shows up for some reason and he's much more bright and happy and gets along with people. I don't know, but I hear really good things about this. But I'd like to read that at some point. I also have A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness that's been sitting on my shelf forever. I keep thinking I should read this because I love urban fantasy and it has witches and vampires and stuff. So I just have never got around to it. So maybe I'll read that one. I don't know. Here's a chunker, Blood Mercy by Viola Roth, which is the first book in the Blood Grace series. I've heard a lot about this because this is more, this is fantasy romance, but much more fantasy political based and very slow moving. But I guess the Hesperians are kind of like vampires and it's different, but I hear really good things about it. I would really like to try to get to that, but again, that's just a hope. Another book I'd like to read because I've read the author before and I want to know if I want to buy the second book coming out next year is The Foxglove King by Hannah Winton, which is about a woman who I think is into necromancy and she was hiding, but then suddenly the king finds out about her and then uses her for something. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, so hopefully get to that. And then the last of the new series that I'd like to start is, of course, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I've had this for a couple months now, and I just haven't made myself pick it up. I did get one of the copies. I did order this when I was sick with food poisoning. So anyway, the point is that I really want to try this and see if I want to, the second book is coming out in November. So I want to know if I want to pre-order that. And I need to know that. So I need to read this. And because everybody keeps talking about it, and I can't watch any of the people's videos or vlogs on it until I read it. So I would really like to get to that this month. And then we're just going to do really quickly is the books that are the next books in series that are not complete that I want to get to. So again, the continue ones were different. These ones are the last book that are out currently. So I would be up to date, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So these are the books that are the only book that's published that I haven't got to so far, but there's more books coming. That makes sense. Anyway, so the first one is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Crescent City series. I'm currently rereading that book right now the first book in order to read this month. I really want to know if I want to continue on to the third book again to see if I want to I'll be ordering that or not. So we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to try to read that. I haven't got to Cruel Seduction by Katie Robert, which is the latest in the Dark Olympus series. It's a great sexy time with kind of gangsterish kind of, people with a Greek mythology kind of thing in it. This is book number 5. So I would really like to get to that because again, I have it. I just haven't read it yet. And I'd like to continue Raven Song by TJ Klune. I just got this last month, but I just finished Wolf Song, which is one of my favorite books so far this year. So I do want to get to this as soon as I can. It was really hard not to pick it up right when I got it, but this is book 2, and this is a werewolf, witches kind of thing with the world with the urban fantasy in the green. This is book 2 in the Green Creek series. So I do want to get to that. And then, hold on. Sorry about the little clip there. Cooper came in here and just puked in front of me on the floor, so I had to clean that up. Anyway, the last books are ones that either are the last book in the series or in that there's the kind of end books for the, at least right now. This one, I just don't know if there's more books coming or not, and that is Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. This is another space one, which I didn't realize I had 2 of them. So anyway, that's cool. This one is a sci-fi romance, but mostly, I think this is more political than the last one was. Then Winter's Orbit, which I really enjoyed when I read that. And I've had this for, whenever this came out, I got it, and it's here. Anyway, so I haven't read this, but I don't know if there's any more books in this series. I haven't seen any announcements, so maybe there is. But right now, this is be the finishing of that series, unless there's more coming. I don't know. Someone let me know. The Sinful Ways of Jamie Mackenzie is by Jennifer Ashley, and this is the last book that I have to read to be caught up on the Mackenzie and McBride historical romance series. I've read all of them. This year I've made my way through the ones that I have not read before, so this is the very last one that's published currently. I know she has plans for more to come out, but again, this is historical romance that I want to get to finish out that, or to be caught up on that series. An actual finish ender is Dark Harmony by Laura Thalassa. This is the 4th book, or the 3rd book, if you count the middle. I don't know. Point is the 4th of the installments in the Bargainer series. So this would complete that out. So I've really enjoyed the Bargainer series this summer as I've read them. So I do want to get to this and finish the series. So, and again, that one I'm looking forward to ending. And then I also would like to get to The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This is the 2nd book in the Nightborn duet. So this is book 2. So I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night earlier this summer, and I just have not had time to get to this one. I just keep staring at it and I just don't pick it up. So I do want to finish this so that I'm done with this part of the series. And then, as I said, it will continue into other duologies within it, but I want to finish that out. So those are all... That's not all. I take it back. Those are all the ones I pulled here to show you, but there are many other series That's why I don't have like an exact count of how many series that I have started, and I'm working on that on my spreadsheet to figure out where I'm at and how many series I have the first books in, because I knew I had a lot of those. So there's a lot of them here. If there's any of them you think I definitely need to start or to read, let me know. Again, I have a lot of options. I can mood read all month just on series books because clearly I have enough of them. And again, as I said, the only ones that are my priorities are the 2 buddy reads, and if I join that read along, and then if, and some other ones I'd like, Imprudence, I would really like to say I'd finished it, and then a couple of these I'd like to be done with. Or a lot of the ones I want to start to see if I want to continue the series. I have so many books to read, so let me know if you're reading any of these series. If any of these, I said, are your favorites, you say I definitely need to get to that, let me know. Because I'm pretty open, because I'm going to be reading a lot, hopefully, this next month in series, and I'm kind of excited. So anyway, let me know if you're taking part in Series September, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.